So today's tip is text wrapping. What you could use this function for is if you were making a promotional postcard, for example, that you were going to send out. This is one possible use for this function. I'm actually working on promotional postcards today, and it's going quite slowly. But if you had a lot of text and you wanted it to wrap around your hi Allison, how are you? Wrap around your shape. What you do is you select your shape and go to Object and then Text Wrap, and there are some options. You can click the options, and I know, seriously, that's how I feel too. So you can click the options, and let's say I'm going to say 15 points, and we'll see how it looks. So now I clicked it, but the thing is the text is in front. So I need to do Object, Arrange, Send to Back. And that didn't do it. So let me try it again. Object, Text Wrap. Oh, you know what? I changed the options, but I didn't actually make it. So if I push Make, now you can see this is 15 pixels, and as you can see, my text wrapped all around it. And if I wanted more space, I can go to Object, Text Wrap, Text Options, and make more space. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't selecting this, so that doesn't really help. I'm not quite sure what the invert is. I was sort of trying to play with it, and then you can preview how it's going to look. I was kind of trying to play with it, but I think it's when you want it to overlap. So instead of this line being here, it's like inside. So you would have text slightly overlapping the edges. That would be great. Yeah, practice them. Like I've been saying, I am going to try to load them on my website so you'll have a bit of a reference, but I think it's going to be maybe towards the end of next week. But yeah, there's a lot of things that Illustrator can do, and we get pretty stuck in the 10 tools that we use the most, and so it's nice to try something different. So on that note, I actually have a bonus tip, and it's a new tool that I started using. Some of you might have been using it all along, I don't know, but the Blob Brush. So I'm going to Object, Text Wrap, Release, and I'm going to take back this leaf. Now, when I'm drawing with Illustrator and I want to change how this looks, so let me pretend I'm going to make this only two ridges on this side, right? So I usually select it, and then I kind of start on the path, and then I draw what I want to draw and try to end up on the path, okay? So that kind of did it, and then I can kind of adjust from there. But the Blob Paint tool is kind of cool because you don't even need to be adjusting the paths. So if you go to your paintbrush icon and you hold it down, you'll see the Blob Brush tool. If you click on that, you can adjust the, I'm not sure if you can adjust the weight actually, but anyways, you basically can just start coloring, and I guess it doesn't automatically do it with your shape, but basically if I start, now that was done with the Blob Brush, if I start doing this over here, how does it work? Okay, oh, because that was the brush, not the Blob Brush. Problem is when I use my shortcuts, I'm not using. So now if I do this, hopefully, yeah, look, it just links right up. So if I had originally drawn this in the Blob Brush, and I'm sure there's a way, well, there's definitely a way to link this up, but I'm sure there's a way to kind of automatically do it. If you wanted to link it, after the fact, you can go to Pathfinder and double up, and that makes it all one piece. But using the Blob Brush is kind of cool to fill in large areas. I think you would need to adjust the stroke and make it bigger, but you can sort of, now if I was making, let's see, yeah, like this. This is a different leaf. And this is all one piece. So that is a really easy way to adjust things. I forget what I was doing when I discovered that, but it's kind of cool. And so if you mostly just work with the paths to change your shapes, you could sometimes try the blob tool. All right, guys, that is my tip week. Thanks so much for joining me. Like I said, I think I'll be doing a Photoshop one in a couple weeks, but I'm not there yet. Might be after Surtex. So anyways, thanks so much for joining, and I hope to catch you next time.